Okay, y'all, now I know they say that all good things must come to an end, but the way that some of these things kind of came to an end on this last episode of BMF, I mean, it has your girl out here just questioning and questioning and questioning and wondering what y'all are thinking. So we're talking BMF, the endings, y'all. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all, so I'm just going to go ahead and start with one of the biggest and probably most controversial endings in my opinion, and that's the Lamar situation. I honestly didn't see it coming this way. I didn't see them going and getting him strung out on crack and making him live with everything that he did, constantly looking for his next fix to forget about what he's done to the one and only true person that probably cared about him and how he'll never get to be a part of his daughter Zoe's life ever again. So, I mean, the way that they did it, I was just like, I don't know. I felt like there should have always been a bullet with Lamar's name on it. However, this probably is a fate worse than death. I mean, it is what it is, y'all. And the way that Alvin came through at the end, I always knew he would turn because Lamar just didn't treat him right. You can't treat somebody that way and expect them to have your back. He definitely never treated him like he was his family, y'all. So it is what it is. But let me know what y'all think about this whole situation. Another thing that finally came to an end in this episode was Charles and Lucille. We've had this ongoing saga of these two going back and forth. We see a remorseful Charles try to come back and get his wife back, but you already know how it goes. Sometimes a woman scorned is just that. Now, I'm not saying that these two are going to get divorced, but it definitely feels like this is where they are headed. Lucille says that is what she wants. Charles wants to work it out, but she just can't do it anymore. And sometimes that is what it is, you know. Maybe these two have definitely grown apart and maybe it's better that they're just not together. Now, I will say this because I've always given Charles a hard time about this because right is right and wrong is wrong. But at the end of the day, he does apologize to Lucille. He tells her that he lost his way. And I feel like that's the first step to reconciliation. But sometimes things just go too far and you can't travel back. Maybe Charles and Lucille's fate is just to be friends and co-parents at this point. And that's okay. Lucille does seem to have this free-ish moment. She's dressing differently. She has a lighter feel to her. She's smiling more. She's dancing. And I don't know if this is to show Charles what he missed out on, what he is not going to be able to have anymore. I don't know. But all I know is that Lucille definitely feels a little bit different in this episode. Now, we do get to see her have a few cold moments where she's still holding on and harboring all of this anger, but that is to be expected. I mean, she ain't just gonna forget about that like yesterday. But at the end of the day, like I said, this is probably the best for both of these two characters. And I, for one, am probably glad to see this particular storyline come to a close, y'all. Now, not only did they go ahead and close out some of these stories, but they also went ahead and left us on some cliffhangers as well. Your boy Terry ends up getting shot at again, and of course is behind old girl Markeisha. Now that Meech is gone, is him and Terry being apart the best thing for the both of them? I just feel like it's not, to be honest. And then we have that whole ending where Meech, and then there's the ending where Meech is back in enemy territory. I mean, Big Mike definitely came back for your girl Goldie, and Meech just happened to be there as well. Now, it didn't end well for your boy Mike. However, Meech is in enemy territory. He's in Atlanta where he made a few enemies the last time he was there. And now we are kind of on another cliffhanger where we don't know how this is going to go down because somebody is going to be coming after him again, y'all. So there's that. Now, not only did we have that ending, but I think we had one of the most interesting closures, kind of, sort of, because we still have one thing that I think is going to happen that hasn't quite happened yet. Now, we all know and probably predicted that Kevin was going to end up taking that gun and shooting his bully because his bully just kept messing with him. And Kevin just got tired of it and he killed him. But the problem is that gun had bodies on it. And now Detective Bryant is having to answer the hard questions. Why in the world did he suppress evidence? Now, he himself has been suspended. His badge has been taken from him and all of that good stuff. But we now know what has motivated, Bryant to want to go after them after all these years. Now, clearly, because we know what's going to happen in the long run, he's going to be the one ending up arresting Terry. So we know he's going to get his gun back and all that stuff eventually. But how does this all come about? Does his son Kevin actually get out of this situation? situation. I mean, we know that he has to at least take one body because he did kill him, but there is the fact that he's been bullying him all this time. So he may be able to get a lighter sentence. It might even be self-defense. We don't know. So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out. Now, another thing is your boy B Mickey. B Mickey is officially out of BMF because Meech just couldn't trust him anymore. Now, we all know that B Mickey actually didn't do anything this time. I mean, Jen brought herself over there trying to get him to confess, thinking that she could help Bryant. But when it was all said and done, he didn't do anything. He was smart enough to know that if they had something on him, that they would have already had him in handcuffs. The problem is that Sterl was watching and he was looking. He didn't trust him, and then he took that information back to Meech, and Meech didn't even give B Mickey a chance to even say one single thing. He just cut him off, and that was it. So the way that ended, I mean, y'all, after everything that they went through, I was like, this how y'all just gonna end it? You ain't even gonna let him say nothing? But it is what it is. Meech has given him chance after chance after chance, so I get it. It was just kind of messed up that this was the one time that B Mickey actually didn't do anything. So there's that, y'all. So anyway, y'all, I know that things don't always end the way that we think that they should end. Sometimes we feel like we could have come up with a better ending. So go ahead and drop down in the comments how you would have ended each one of these situations, what your final outcome would have been for some of these storylines. Go ahead and get the conversation started down below, guys. Meanwhile, if you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your girl channel. Turn on your notifications so that you do not miss out on any future videos. Now, if you enjoy BMF, then you might just rock with Snowfall. Now, I'm giving you my top 5 moments that happened on this last episode of Snowfall, y'all, because that ending was definitely something to talk about, y'all. So go ahead and check that video out next. Until next time, guys, peace.